Toyama Prefecture is located in the north of the Chubu region, bordering the Sea of Japan and surrounded by high mountain ranges. This is home to a system of deep gorges, the famous Tateyama Kurobe Alpine Route that cuts through the mountains, ancient thatched-roof villages, and many hot springs nestled in the forest. The terrain, with both sea and mountains, makes Toyama a diverse destination. In this travel documentary, I will explore the province's top highlights over 4 days, independently and without joining a tour. The itinerary includes nature sightseeing, local experiences, and staying in convenient places for easy travel. 4-day itinerary summary in Toyama. Day 1. Kurobe Gorge, Okukane Bridge, Unazuki. Onsen Day 2, Ainokura Historic Village, Folk Museum, Washi Paper Making Day. Alpine Route, Snow Corridor, Mikuragaike Pond. Day 4, Kurobe Dam, Lunch at Rest Stop, Return to Toyama. Day 1, Mount Kurobe, Unazuki Onsen. I departed from Tokyo Station at 7 a.m. On the way to the station, I stopped by a convenience store near the train entrance, picked up a salmon bento box and a can of hot coffee. Total cost around $7. After buying, I went straight to board the Kagayaki train on the Hokuriku Shinkansen line, heading directly to Kurobe Unazuki Onsen Station. The train ride took about 2 hours and 30 minutes. I entered the carriage and found a window seat. The seat was tidy, with a tray table, power outlet, and free Wi-Fi. I opened the bento as soon as the train started moving. The fish was perfectly cooked and the rice was soft. The view outside changed into rice fields, small villages, and rows of green mountains. In some distant areas, I could even spot snow-covered peaks. I sipped coffee and opened my phone to review the day's itinerary, also checking the map for upcoming stops. I got off at Kurobe Unazuki Onsen Station, then took a local train straight to Kurobe Gorge Railway Station, the starting point of the narrow-gauge train through the gorge. This line passes many open-view sections, with parts running right along cliff edges, and below is a fast-flowing jade-green river. As the train neared Kayakadira Station, sheer cliffs began to appear on both sides, dozens of meters high, with tracks winding through large rock formations near the edge. This is the deepest section of the entire Kurobe Gorge, also known as Japan's deepest V-shaped valley. I walked a few hundred meters more to reach Okukane Bridge. This is a suspension bridge perched high between two rocky mountain slopes. Standing on the bridge, you can clearly see the Kurobe River below, the green water rushing tightly between the rocky walls, with no sandy banks or flat areas. There are no other services here, just a few signs in both Japanese and English. I returned to Kayakadira Station in the afternoon to catch the train back to Unazuki Onsen. From the station, it was about a 5-minute walk to the ryokan I had reserved earlier. The single room was in Japanese style, with tatami mats, private toilet, and not too spacious. The onsen bathing area was located in the back, separate from the guest rooms. The price was around $80 per night, including both dinner and breakfast. I checked in, dropped off my bags, then went down for a bath. The outdoor onsen was stone-lined, with a direct view of the stream. It could comfortably fit 4 or 5 people bathing at once. The water was pleasantly warm, with no strange smell. The weather was cool, and only the sound of the stream and rustling trees could be heard. That evening, I had kaiseki at the lodging. No menu choices. The dishes were served as preset. There was sashimi, firefly squid, grilled salted fish, steamed vegetables, white rice, and miso soup. This was a simple dinner, included in the accommodation package. All ingredients were local specialties from Toyama, prepared in a way that preserved their natural taste, not overly seasoned. For travelers, this is the easiest way to sample regional cuisine without having to search for restaurants on their own. After dinner, I returned to my room to check the bus schedule to Ainokura for the next morning. Day 2. Exploring the ancient village of Ainokura. After a night at Unazuki Onsen, I set off for Ainokura the next morning. I took the train back to Kurobe Station, then switched to a bus that goes straight to the village, followed by a short walk to reach the traditional house area. Ainokura is one of 3 ancient villages in the Gokayama region, known for its Gashozukuri architecture, steep thatched roofs built to withstand heavy winter snow. The village has over 20 old houses scattered along the hillside, strictly preserved with no new construction allowed. I visited the Ainokura Folk Museum. The entrance fee was $3, and it is housed in a wooden building over 150 years old. Inside, it displays the village's history, traditional household tools, and the signature roof structure. There are models showing each roof level, illustrating how locals use the space during cold seasons. Leaving the museum, I continued along a stone-paved path winding through the village. Each house has a sign showing its year of construction and preservation status. Along the path, I found a family-run eatery and stopped for lunch. I ordered a set of cold soba noodles with grilled river fish, priced at about $9. The fish was grilled whole over charcoal, lightly salted, and served with grated daikon radish. In the afternoon, I took a bus to Gokayama Washi no Sato, about 15 minutes from Ainokura. This is a small workshop that specializes in making washi paper. open to visitors for tours and hands-on experience. No reservation was needed, just arrive, sign up, and pay directly. The workshop is housed in a low wooden building with a tiled roof, with soaking tubs out front for soaking fibers. Inside, the space is divided into two areas. One side displays paper and finished products like postcards, notebooks, and envelopes. The other side guides visitors through the crafting process. There, I was given a wooden frame and went through each step to make washi. Scooping pulp, gently shaking it in water, pressing it dry, then leaving it out to dry in the sun. Each step was enjoyable and easy to follow, offering a close connection to the traditional craft. While waiting for the paper to dry, I wandered the display area to see various types of washi in different colors and patterns, mostly handmade. Some items were for sale, ranging from $2 to $10 depending on the type. In the late afternoon, I returned to Ainokura and checked into a minshuku in the village. The house preserved its original wooden frame, with a tatami matted single room, folded futon ready, and shared bath and toilet. The price was around $60 per night. Later, I had dinner at a small eatery near the entrance to the village. The place was simple, mainly serving guests staying in the area. I ordered a meal set with gohei mochi, grilled river fish, and rice cooked in a clay pot, costing about $12. Gohei mochi is chewy grilled rice cake coated with sweet miso and sesame, a specialty of the Gifu Toyama region, rarely found outside the old villages. After eating, I returned to my room to rest and review the plan for the next day, the Tateyama Kurobe Alpine Route. Day 3, conquering the Tateyama Kurobe Alpine Route. From Ainokura, I returned to Toyama and began my journey across Japan's northern Alps via the famous Alpine Route. This is a special sightseeing trail that combines multiple transport modes, cutting through the mountains, linking Toyama and Nagano. I bought a full package ticket to go directly from the foot of the mountain up to Murodo, the highest point on the route at an elevation of 2,415 meters. The scenery changed quickly as I left the city, going from plains to highlands and into mountain terrain. The higher I climbed, the colder it got, with waterfalls, dense forests, and patches of lingering snow even though it was early summer. I arrived at Murodo around noon. This area has a high-altitude mountain climate, with temperatures only around 6 degrees Celsius, even while the lowlands were sunny. A steady wind blew, and the air was dry and cold. Murodo Station has a rest area, restrooms, an information center, and a large dining hall. The first spot I visited was the Snow Corridor, the most famous snowpath here. Even though it was early summer, walls of snow on both sides still stood about 8 to 10 meters high. The walkway was completely cleared, wide and about 500 meters long, allowing visitors to walk through comfortably. From the snow corridor, I returned to the station and turned toward the walking path around Mikurigaike Pond. This lake lies among volcanic mountains, its water deep blue, the surface calm, and no services along the shore. The path around the lake is paved with stone about 1.5 meters wide, easy to walk. I finished a full circle in about 30 minutes. Along the way, I could see Jigokudani, an active geothermal area with steam rising from mountain crevices and a light sulfur smell in the air. After walking around the lake, I returned to the center and checked into Hotel Tateyama, which I had booked in advance for about $110 per night. The only hotel right at Murodo Station. The room was compact, with a work desk and heating system. The toilet and bathroom were shared facilities located at the end of the hallway. The hotel serves dinner at fixed time slots. I had dinner at 6 p.m. The meal included white rice, miso soup, grilled river fish, boiled vegetables, a fried item with salad, and fruit for dessert. The food was simple, lightly seasoned, suitable for mountain conditions. Darkness fell quickly outside. The temperature dropped to around 3 to 4 degrees. The area around the hotel had no nightlife services, no cafes, no souvenir shops. Guests here all returned to their rooms early to prepare for the next morning's journey. Tomorrow, I'll continue my route descending toward Nagano, passing by Kurobe Dam, Japan's largest hydroelectric structure. Day 4. Visiting Kurobe Dam, returning to Toyama. After breakfast at the shared dining hall, I left Murodo. I brought my luggage to the counter and began the final leg of the Tateyama Kurobe Alpine Route. I continued through the heart of the mountains, crossed valleys, and gradually descended along the lower part of the Alpine Route. The farther I went, the wider the view became, revealing the full Haida mountain range in the distance. The final stop of the day was Kurobe Dam, Japan's largest and tallest hydroelectric dam. The dam stands 186 meters tall and stretches nearly 500 meters across the valley. From June to October, water is released constantly. So when I arrived, I saw a white torrent spilling down into the valley, forming a fine mist. It took me about 15 minutes to walk from one end of the dam to the other, with several scenic viewpoints and English information boards along the way. Nearby is the Kurobe Dam Rest House, which offers food and souvenirs. I had lunch there and ordered a Kurobe black curry set, which cost around $9. The rice was hot, the curry rich, served with pickled vegetables. Inside the dining area was a corner selling local sweets and small items like hand towels, keychains, and postcards featuring the dam. Prices ranged from $1 to $5. I picked up a few small gifts to take home. Around early afternoon, I returned to Ogizawa Station by a connecting bus. The ride took about 15 to 20 minutes. I chose to end my journey there and headed to Matsumoto Airport to fly home later in the evening. From Ogizawa to the airport, it took about an hour by taxi. The fare was around $70. And if you're planning a 4-day, 3-night trip to Toyama that includes the historic village of Ainokura, the Alpine Route, and peaceful, nature-based relaxation. Below is a real expense table I documented in my travel vlog to help you visualize the costs more easily. The total cost came to around $570 to $620, already including the Alpine Route ticket, which took up the largest share of the budget. For accommodation, I chose mid-range minshuku and lodges, and meals covered full main courses, local eateries, and a few desserts. This budget level was perfectly suited for a discovery-focused trip without excessive spending yet with a complete experience. The entire trip lasted 4 days, covering many key areas of Toyama. I traveled independently, booked everything myself, and arranged the daily itinerary. The goal was to balance nature exploration, learning about local culture, and getting enough rest. The destinations were carefully selected for convenient travel, with no time wasted on backtracking. The costs were manageable, ideal for solo or independent travelers. If you're looking for a clear itinerary without relying on a tour, this is a suggestion you can apply right away. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the bell to follow upcoming travel guide adventures.